No, don't worry about it.
No, okay.
All right, thanks, guys.
Woo!
Hey, everybody, how you doing? It's Irish Night at Blue coming to you live online on the interwebs, straight from Portland, Maine tonight, and South Portland and Scarborough, of all places. So we got Southern Maine covered well. This is Wednesday night, so that means it's Irish Night at Blue, just like we used to do in the old days when we were allowed to be together. We're going to try and have some concerts ongoing for a while. Hopefully, take your mind off some of the things. Maybe even help you think about some of the things that are going on in a strange way. And maybe just be together and make fun of these guys in the comments all night. That's what I'm looking forward to most of all. But we're very happy to have with us. Well, first of all, we have the owner of Blue, Therese, is with us
Hello.
here at the Zoom this evening. Hey, Therese.
Hello. How are you,
And
Tom?
our featured performers tonight are no strangers to Irish Night whatsoever. They've been here, been there many times, with different people, and I don't think they've ever done a duo show before. Is that true? Not like a strict duo show.
Not full on.
Not full on. So
Let's sucker
It's
a
usually
few
a
other
fiddle,
people
yeah.
in, yeah.
here's a first. No stragglers, no add-ons. So Mr. Glenn Loper and Miss Bethany Wakeman from Brackett Street in Portland will be entertaining you this evening. We hope you enjoy and have a good time. There'll be links in the comments sections on both YouTube and Facebook for you to donate generously to their cause, which is, I hope, but whatever it is. And please be generous and give what you can. And there'll be another link at the bottom or somewhere in there. Also, if you have a little bit extra and you can help out Blue, try and keep Blue on its legs throughout this very difficult time, and try and get them through the hump so that we can all get back together again there someday and have some
It
fun.
is hump day after all.
It is hump day. We're used to that. That could be part of my regular speech. I don't
It
even
could be.
use that. So there's still room for improvement, always. Though I know you see perfection every time I talk, but it does happen. Are you guys ready to go?
We're ready to go, although
You
I'm
guys
loving
have
this.
a lovely mix of tunes from different genres for you, and they're going to play them. Do you have something to say, Glenn?
I said I'm ready, but I was
Oh,
waiting.
sorry. When I hear when I'm talking, I
Yeah,
can't pay attention to anything else. All right. So without further ado, please welcome Glenn Loper and Bethany Wakeman. Take it away, guys.
All right, thank you, Tom. So we're happy to be here at Irish Night at Blue, and we're going to kick things off with a few reels. The first one's O'Connell's Trip to Parliament, followed by John Doherty's, and then Crowley's. reels. And I'm not putting this down. You're the one who's moving.
I'm moving.
So what can you follow reels with but jigs? So while Bethany's shifting back to the piano, these are a couple jigs that I got from an album by Enda Scahill, great banjo player, and just stole the set from him off the album. I think it's called Pick It Up, and it's 2 jigs. The first one's called Black Frog, and the second one is called The Sanctuary. Let's see. Sure. I'll do a little. 1, 2, thanks Enda Scahill for putting out that album and letting me steal those tunes and his ending. And
Great set.
great set. So I'm going to put down one banjo and get another banjo.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You may ask yourself, why would you want two banjos in a concert? This is the part where I'm going to sing. I'm going to sing in the not quite normal banjo friendly key of B. And the song is called Billy O'Shea. I heard it when I was at a mandolin festival, and this guy Robin Bullock did it. Sort of a sea shanty. It's got a call and response. And of course you could sing along with. Unfortunately, I won't hear your chorus, but I know you'll be singing along. Maybe if you're loud enough, I'll hear you. And it's one of those great old stories. Guy goes to a bar, guy gets drunk, guy gets picked up by the press gang, put on a ship, guy lips off to the captain, guy dies, guy gets thrown in the ocean. It's a, pretty happy tune. Yeah. So, sing along. Not that I'll ever know.
Sure,
We'll know here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. We all got drunk in Dublin City. Fall down, Billy. We all got drunk and more's the pity. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. Fall down, fall down, fall down, Billy. We're bound away for America. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. We all lay down on Rogerson's Key. Fall down, Billy. When we awoke, we were out to sea. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. Fall down, fall down, fall down, Billy. We're bound away for America. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. Though we are not sailors, Captain dear, fall down, Billy, and the least inclined to river steer. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. Fall down, fall down, fall down, Billy. We're bound away for America. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. Well, the captain says I'm clear for that. Fall down, Billy. We're here to start. It's a dose of the cat. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. Fall down, fall down, fall down, Billy. Bound away for America. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. So he sent him up to the topmast yard. Fall down, Billy. When he hit the deck, he took it hard. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. Nice. Fall down, fall down, fall down, Billy. We're bound away for America. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. So he wrapped him up in a great white sail. Fall down, Billy, and pushed him gently o'er the rail. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. Over the edge and down he goes. Fall down, Billy, to Davy Jones with a stitch in his nose. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. Fall down, fall down, fall down, Billy. We're bound away for America. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. Everybody, fall down, fall down, fall down, Billy. We're bound away for America. Fall down, Billy O'Shea. That concludes the second banjo portion of the evening. Now go back to its stand.
We're gonna, let's see, play some French tunes. A couple tunes that I actually picked out for this.
Bethany Wakeman, your current hostess.
Oh, thank you. The first tune was written by a buddy in Brattleboro, Vermont, a great piano accordion player and a prolific composer, Rachel Bell. She plays a lot of French music, and this is kind of in that style. And we'll pair it with a traditional French tune. I think it's a schottish called Pas de Loup. I learned a long time ago and haven't really thought it out in a while. But, we changed some keys around so they could kind of squish together nicely. And Glenn's actually going to start this set off on tenor guitar.
The video
Make
just
his
lit.
make his backup debut of the evening.
4-string guitar. It's tuned just like a mandolin or a banjo. A few months ago, we did one of these streams for Blue, and I played a few tunes on it. My mom saw the clip, and she's like, "Wow, you got really good at guitar." And then I had to tell her, "Well, it's not really a guitar."
Dave, thank you for saying
Yeah.
All right. So Rachel's tune "Snowshoes" into Padeu.
All right. These are called harmonics. Thanks, Rachel Bell. Thank you, traditional French people, for those beautiful tunes. All right, so we're going to do one more set of tunes, and then we're going to toss it to Tom for a little intermission. And this is a set of tunes which is kind of for Tom. So, if you've been to Blue, you're kind of familiar with the fact that they don't charge a cover, they don't usually have tickets, they just sort of pass around a basket. And this was their sort of their logo for the recent Blue Fest. If you've been to Blue, this is a very familiar item. If you've been to Irish Night, it is also a very familiar sound to hear Tom Rhoda stand up every week in front of everybody and say, the only way we pay the musicians at Blue is by passing around the hat, the basket, the bucket. We call it the bucket on Wednesday nights.
Ominous-looking wicker contraption.
It's an ominous-looking wicker contraption. Anyway, all of us who've been going to Blue for years and years have heard this for years and years. We love it, and it's burned into our brains. And so I had the idea, Irish tunes are named after everything under the sun. Surely I could put together a set of tunes that had the hat, the basket, and the bucket. So that's what I did. So the second tune is going to be Jerry's Beaver Hat, a jig. So there's the hat. The basket is going to be the first tune. This was a little trickier. It's a slip jig, kind of a weird one. I only found one tune with basket in the title when I looked at the session, and didn't know any others personally. If you know some other basket tunes, let me know. But this, yeah, it's a slip jig. It's from some old manuscript, the Vinton's manuscript. This is the first time I've ever said manuscript in an intro to any tunes. I feel smarter. And I couldn't find a recording of it anywhere. So, and then the last tune is going to be the Bucket of Oysters. So, we'll see how they go based completely on the title. There's going to be more of it. We're not going to lie. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And with
the
that,
basket
we'll
bucket.
toss it over to Tom Rhoda. Some words of
Gracious
wisdom,
host for the
maybe a joke,
at least the speech.
at least
right?
a speech.
I don't know. I think you guys did it already. Did it better than I normally do. There's somebody on Facebook who's typing it in better than I've been remembering it lately. So.
This is exactly what I was hoping for.
Is
I
it
wish
Ellie?
I was in the chat right now.
So, thanks, guys. That sounds great. What do you guys think so far? That's meant for you out there in the interwebs land. Put some. These guys
I'll
like it.
speak for them. It's been amazing.
It's very good. Very nice tunes. Great playing.
Yeah.
Let's see those hand clappy emojis coming through because
Or
that's
hearts.
what you get now.
Yeah.
Hearts are good. Kissy face emoji, whatever you like.
Claps are better. The angry face. Who's doing the angry face?
No angry face.
That's got to be Alden. Cranky.
People just start clicking. They just don't care. They just want to see stuff floating up.
I get a cool effect off my sidelight here. You guys see this?
What's that?
I get a cool light effect off my sidelight here. It looks like I'm having a epiphany or a revelation or something. I like it. I'm gonna leave it. That with my Quarrenfro ought to be good for tonight. So thanks again, guys, for coming. Great music. This is Glenn Loper and Bethany Wakeman, two of our regulars from Portland that come every Wednesday night. They always join the session. They come to most of the shows. They're very good that way, and I appreciate it greatly, and everybody else appreciates it as well. Great musicians on top of that, and haven't done a straight-up duo show previously, so making some new ground on the virtual land right now. And excellent stuff, really cool tunes. I love that that set of French Canadian tunes. It was great. They all were, but there's a couple good banjo jokes in there too, Glenn. You're gonna have to read all the comments.
Nice.
So, how's it going, Therese? What's up with Blue? How are you
Good.
doing?
Good. Very good. I was just reading the comments and I have to, Ellie, my face is just stuck like that. Were you the angry face? Is that what you're trying to say? Anyway, yeah, comments are fun. That's one great thing about Irish Night is seeing the comments roll through. But anyway, yeah, Blue's doing good. Sorry.
Good.
We're hanging in. We're doing, trying to stay positive and look at some projects that we can get done.
Cool. And
Yeah.
Blue's doing curbside pickup for
Yeah.
well subs and other stuff and booze. You can get fancy drinks to go, pints of beer, and I believe you're giving away free pint glasses.
Yeah, Bethany and Glenn got some yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, if you want a free pint glass, drop by Blue, get a pint of beer to go, which is cool in its own right, and a meatball sub. They look pretty good. I haven't tried one yet because I don't leave my house, but maybe some. Maybe that'll be a keeper on the menu when we come
We
back.
might actually, because it's,
Call it the
it's
quarantine
something you
sub.
crave. Yeah, right.
All
How are
right,
you, Tom?
I'm good. I work from home, so things aren't too much different for me, but I'm really missing getting together with all of you and playing some tunes. Getting out of my house a few times a week to do that. So I'm looking forward to the chance we can do that again safely and securely without infecting anybody. So it might be a little while, looks like, but we're going to take it 1 week at a time. We have some things lined up throughout the rest of July. We'll be doing these. I think there's one that's not accounted for. So we may have a gap here and there. But after that, I'm not sure. I got to start enlisting some people. So if you're listening on this call and you're one of the regular musicians or any outlying musician whose email I happen to have, you're probably going to get an email from me this week asking you to do one of these. And I'd like you to consider it seriously because I'd love to keep this going. I think it helps to put this out there. Not in a grandiose way, just in a little tiny way. But that's good enough for me. Hopefully that's good enough for you guys too. We have a really good crowd tonight. This is maybe, since Manus anyway, this might be the best crowd we've had online. So good job, guys. Excellent job at the promo and also being very wonderful people that everybody likes. That's usually what works.
We just like looking at the wall of instruments. Yeah.
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 Put that together just for this?
We don't play any of them. I just bought them for this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I was going to try and tilt this so everybody could see my guitars in the back, but I thought it was too obvious. So.
Actually, they're all inflatable. Like, we're just going to...
That's perfect. I love it.
So anyway, even Junior's joined. Hey, Junior. How's the house going?
Wow.
You're special.
Good in the internet. It's amazing.
Just teasing Junior. As Glenn mentioned, the only way we get to pay these guys tonight is by passing around a hat, bucket. That's what we like to call it on Wednesday nights. It's this ominous looking wicker contraption in my hands. This is how it works. I can't come around and stand next to you, and I can't make you put money into the bucket. And I can't say I'm not going to go away. I can say that I put it all in the comments, the link for Bethany's PayPal. You can go right there. It'll take you about 30 seconds, maybe a minute or two tops if you're slow on the keys like I am. Drop a few bucks, whatever you can, more the merrier, to these guys, and they will take it and buy more beer from Blue. And it's all a happy ecosystem that we can sustain ourselves. There's another link in there for Blue directly if you have a little bit extra and you feel like supporting the venue. That would be great as well. Let's keep them going because we all want to get back there someday and have a great big session in the room itself when it's safe.
Miss it. Yeah.
The comments are pretty funny. So that's all I have. That's the only way I can work it. It doesn't work any other way. So don't try and get out of it. Just accept it as cold hard fact and maybe go to that link right now. Start clicking and putting money in right there. Make it as quick and painless for all of us as possible. Hey, I got a lot further tonight than I did other nights.
I know. I was just gonna say, Tom, that's the best the live streaming bucket speech you've done in a while.
Well, people are reminding me in the comments. That's very helpful. I have to get some of you guys I don't know it by heart, which saddens me to a degree, but I have to get you to type it all out for me so I can remember it when we come back. Maybe I'll make up new jokes.
Recite the bucket.
Well, I'll hold up signs for you.
Yeah, I just got a random a message that Neil Pearlman sent me in April. Just popped up on my screen like it was a new Facebook message. So I'm like, what are you talking about, Neil? It's like, that was in April, man. Facebook is definitely messing with me. So don't listen to me. We're going to get back to the show now. You got anything else you want to share, Therese? Before we...
Yeah, we're doing live streaming Tuesday through Saturday. On Wednesdays, we have it run through Tom. So definitely join us. We're trying to keep a regular-ish schedule going. And yeah, definitely do what you can to support musicians right now and venues. Glenn recently was part of the OLS, right? Yeah. Sharing that, and all of the venues, all of the musicians could use help. So do what you can to support them if you can.
Cool. I'll tell you, we have next week a little band called the Vacationland Kaylee Band. I'm out of jokes about that, so I'll just say I'm in the band. We're going to take turns. We're not going to be together because those guys are really dirty and probably infected. But no, probably not. They're very nice, clean guys. But we're going to take turns and go back and forth and share the night. That way, we're going to try and practice that a little and see how it works. But all four of us will play separately, and we'll see how that goes. The week after that, I think, is the 8th of July. We're supposed to have Brenda Castles playing live from Ireland. I got to email Brenda and make sure that's still on. It's been a while since I talked to her, but I'm sure she has the date down. And that might be a time change. The last I talked to her, she was staying someplace that she couldn't play real late because it gets to be like 1 o'clock in Ireland by the time the show is over. But we'll see where she's going to play from. If we have to change the time, it'll, of course, be in the Facebook post leading up to it and any other promo in the newsletter I send out. We'll get that sorted out as soon as possible. The week after that, we have Mr. Gray Larson coming up. It might be the week after. In there also is the skipped week, so I'm not sure which one is which. And the end of July, we have Fiona Howell and Chris Gray play together as Kroga. I think they usually have Brennish Thompson playing guitar as well. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but I'm going to have to email Fiona too and start working on that because we're not going to be live at Blue for that one. So check in. We got lots of stuff lined up. Check in and come back and see us on a Wednesday night. Put your name in the comments there. Let us know you're here. Send a emoji out to everybody, and then we'll keep it going for a while. I hope this is helping people. I hope you enjoy checking in for a little while, for the whole thing, whatever you can do. I also want to mention tonight they did a online concert called Hope for Unity Hope. I forget what it was, to be honest, but Mick Maloney was organizing it out in New York and had videos sent in from all great Irish musicians from around the country and the world, all Ireland and other places. Some of the biggest names in the business were contributing. I saw Liz Carroll there and Joni Madden, Robbie O'Connell, a lot of Mick's old cronies, and they did a really lovely job. I watched a bunch of it. Unfortunately, they did it on a Wednesday, and it led right up till 8 o'clock. I think it went a little past 8, but maybe we got a few people to jump over from there or something. But I'm very glad they're doing that. They support it. They donating the whole thing to Black Lives Matter very important thing right now, and we can all chip in a little bit to do our part. I know the show next week for the Vacation Land Kaylee Band we'll donate all that to one of the Black Lives Matter causes. We got to pick that this week when we all get together and come up with some ideas, but we can do whatever little bit we can do, and then at home we can all just try and educate ourselves a little better and figure out how to be the best allies we can be, or how to operate in this system, and work for the best change we can make, because I really think we can make this place we live in the best place in the world to live again. That sounds awfully familiar in a bad way, but I think that we can do a better job than we're doing now, and I think that it's going to take all of us to do it. And I feel really, really uplifted by what I see going on, and all the people who are doing exactly that, and making some good changes. So let's keep up the work, and bring it across the finish line. And as I always say, everybody, let's be nice to each other out there. Everybody, just be kind, and give yourselves a break, and give everybody else a break as well, and then we'll all get through this weird time together. So on that somber note, how about back to the music, guys? So welcome back, please, with all your hearts and all your emojis, Glenn Loper and Bethany Wakeman. Take it away, guys. Thank you. Sorry, I got serious at the end there.
That's cool. Thank you, Tom. Thanks, Therese. Those, we really appreciate all that Tom has done over the years for the Irish scene and running Blue, and
yes,
and Blue for hosting it for all these years. So, we're all hanging out, making dumb jokes in the chat room because of what they helped create.
Go get some curbside beer. It's right there and delicious.
Okay. And with that, we'll go back to some tunes. So, if you spent some time at Blue on a yearly basis, January is often, or thereabouts, is often you find a hornpipe night. What is a hornpipe night? It's just what it sounds like. It's a night where everybody plays a bunch of hornpipes, and it's better than you think, more fun than it should be, and hopefully we have another one coming up. Alden may be a little busier than usual on the organizational front, but anyway, we're going to play a couple. The Humors of Tullycreen and the Kildare Fancy, also known as the theme to the Woodwright Shop on public television. So, here we go. Definitely wasn't about the beginning of the second tune, which
Sounds like every other horn.
sounds like every other one type. But
Whatever.
we'll let it pass. I think I'm going back to mandolin. We're gonna play a few more reels. The first one, I've been saying it's a Liz Carroll tune forever, but I actually looked it up and now I can't quite tell. Maybe written by somebody else named Leslie something or other. I've forgotten it now. From the band Shrien. Anyway, the first tune is called The Torrid Romance. Shout out to Dave Langford, who may be still watching. We get to play that with him when we play Contradances. And then we're going to follow it up with a couple more reels, a couple session favorites, the Golden Keyboard, and then one of my favorites, the Providence.
Classics.
So probably 2-2-2. Yeah. We'll now travel to the European continent.
Pie.
The European continental breakfast.
Yeah. It's time.
To do a few tunes from a few different countries. No, what am I playing this on? Banjo. That's right. So the first tune is a Breton tune. It's just a kind of a tune, a haunter dro. And we learned this, our friend Dave Surrett recently put out a book of French, Italian, maybe some Spanish music, but it's got some Breton tunes, some French berets, Italian tarantellas, other kind of stuff like that. It's a fun book to read through, and this is from that. And then we've got two tunes from this band L'An de Cubel, which is kind of like the Bothy band of Spain. Just a really powerful driving sound. So we're going to do kind of a funky jig called Zerdwin. Zerd is with an X. And then the second tune is Alvarado the Tigre Zwan. Zwan is also with an X. So it's a 2X set. I hope you like them. After we tune.
It's getting swampy in here.
Is it hot in here, or is it just the
Just
humid?
damp. It's not the heat, it's the stupidity.
I'm just feeding the chat room right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Is anybody drinking that beef fizz? That's one thing I wanted to ask.
Baron. Well, we won't know till
We
after.
won't know.
My money's on Baron.
Baron.
Yes, he said beef fizz.
We might talk
Yeah.
more about it. All right. One, two, three. Bethany's going to move back to the piano. So,
Woo!
wow, hey.
I think you made Tom learn that too.
Just had to throw that in.
Yeah, Tom learned that at one point.
Yeah, last time.
That tune was a bitch. Great tune though.
It's pretty weird. What the heck am I playing? Oh, yeah. Mandolin. So we're going to return to the North American continent, play some French-Canadian tunes with Bethany Le Wakeman on the piano. And I'm on La Mandoline. Yeah, the beef fizz things. So we were hanging out. We did this virtual online music camp all weekend, and one of the people helping running it was Baron Collinshill, and he's got a penchant for these really funny food memes. And so Bethany found one.
Supply.
Yeah, Bethany found one today, and it was a recipe for a beef fizz. And it's this kind of old-timey cookbook, and there's like a little pen and ink drawing of like a little cottage with snow on it and like a little chimney. Under it, it's like beef fizz, and it says 2 cans of beef consomme. It's like
A cup of chilled ginger
1
ale.
cup of chilled ginger ale. I love it's like 2 cans, but the ginger ale must be chilled. And then like 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And there was a lot of Facebook chatter about that. So some people were talking about making it, and I'm dying to know if anybody pulled it off. Anyway.
I bet Ellie Marshall can pull that off and make it taste all right.
We'll get back to the music. The first tune is called Le Relever. It's by Richard Fauré. He's in a band called Domino. Great fiddle player and composer. And then 2 other tunes, The Hare and Real Gilbert. The hare is like the bunny rabbit. That's what Bethany was clarifying there. It's not like the other kind of hare. That kind of hare. Right. All right.
I don't know why it matters. Sounds fancy.
Yeah, 2-2-3 probably. stuck the landing.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we've got a little furniture rearranging to do. We got one more thing. We're gonna end it on a chilled out note with a couple of waltzes. And Bethany is gonna switch to the pump organ, which is behind
Mostly
me
just sits in the living room.
under this mic.
Just a little reed organ. Has, you can't see it, but a little kind of foot powered bellows.
Yeah. I mean, they all have one in
Inside,
the house. They
yeah.
know.
The
You
inside
know.
looks like an accordion. You know.
So we're going to finish up with a waltz medley. So the second waltz is called Ellery Rose, and it's written by Molly Mason, who we just kind of saw at Virtual Maine Fiddle Camp.
Yeah. Great player.
Great player. And I just was reading a book of waltzes one day and came across this one. It's got a little swing to it. If you know a bunch of waltzes, it's a little bit like oud pick in my mind. And then before that, we're going to put a waltz written by a guy I used to play music with. He's passed away, unfortunately, named Nat Hewitt. And he was a great fiddle player and also a sailor. And he loved sailing and he loved Maine. And he wrote this tune called The Wreck at Seguin. Seguin is an island. I think there's a lighthouse there. It's off the coast of Phippsburg, like if you go to Bath and down a peninsula. The snark, where is it? Oh,
Phippsburg.
So the wreck that he's talking about, happened in 1890. I think it was a British ship. The gondola hit the rocks, and luckily a schooner came by and took all the crew off, but the captain refused to get off the ship. The weather was getting worse, so the schooner just left, and maybe they were going to send somebody back out. It was a couple miles out from land. But even though they could see the ship out there and they could see the captain standing on top of the ship, the weather was such they were never able to get back out there. So this is kind of a melancholy kind of tune. Nat said like the end of the tune was kind of like the captain drifting out to sea. But Ellery Rose sort of brings it back up with a little bit of hopefulness. That one was written about a 6-year-old girl, so we'll redeem ourselves on the final pass. Yeah, we'll try it. Yeah. We're almost done. So the Wreck at Seguin. that's it from us. Thanks to Tom, Rhoda. Thanks to Blue. Thanks to anyone who's still sticking around. We're done.
Thank you all.
Good night.
Tom comes back. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Tom fell asleep or.
Zoom decided to weird out of me at the last second there. So let me cancel the spotlight. We'll say goodnight to these fine people. One last.
Yeah.
Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Bethany. That was wonderful. Wonderful show with really lovely tunes.
Thanks, Tom.
Great
Yeah.
playing all around. I loved hearing the pump organ and everything else. Thanks for doing it. Hopefully, you guys got a great crowd. Hopefully, to start spreading the word and people will start coming out regularly to these things so we can all attack each other in the comment box.
Nice.
That's what it's all about.
Yep. Thanks, Therese, for joining. Glad to hear
Yeah.
who's hanging in there. As well as
How about a huge thank you to Tom Rhoda for putting this on every week?
Yeah.
How many years, Tom? How many years? 15?
I think
14?
I believe it'll be 15 in February.
Yeah. Pretty soon,
Yes.
Irish Night of Blue can drive itself.
Wow. Crazy town.
Yeah.
Better get cake if we're there. If not, you can mail it to me.
Okay.
Well, thanks all.
I'll put it at your doorstep. How about that? Mailed cake might be kind of weird.
Thanks most of all to everybody else on Facebook and YouTube for joining tonight, for joining in on the comments and making it fun, and for checking us out and being part of the community. It's great to see a lot of people on the call tonight. So come back next week, Vacationland Kaylee Band, 8 o'clock on Wednesday, July 1st. We'll be there with bells on. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you soon. That's not what I want. It's really hard to leave Zoom gracefully, I've decided. But